Hi, this is Todd Gulinson with Remax Fine Properties, and today we are going to go over the topic of the week. This is actually an incredibly important topic and a topic that many people ask me about. It's actually about the Arizona water shortage. Many people ask me, is Arizona running out of water? Well, that's what we're going to discuss right now, and we're going to go over various cities and what they've done about the drought. Before I start though, you're going to be able to order at the end of this a report if you want on any city in Arizona and what they're doing about the drought or any other report. So maybe your interest might not be about water, it might be about crime, it might be about education. Stick around because I'll get you a number where you can order any information that you want and in any city in Arizona that you want. Okay, great. So here we are going to start. The Colorado River system. August 16th, 2021, the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation elevated the Colorado River system to a Tier 1 water shortage. As a result, Arizona reduced water supplies, which began this past January 2022. For the last 2 decades, the Colorado River Basin has been in a historic drought and experiencing a warmer climate. Current drought in Arizona is approaching 15 years now and has surpassed the worst drought in about 100 years. Well, what has the various cities done to prepare for a water shortage? I'm here to discuss with you several different cities, some of them faring quite well, while others not so much. First of all, let's just start with Phoenix. Okay. Phoenix and Tucson 2014 created a cooperation agreement. Phoenix was to and is depositing unused Colorado River water to Tucson Aquifers. In the event of a Colorado River scarcity, Tucson will pump Phoenix stored water out of its aquifers. In short, they've created a great partnership, which to my understanding has worked quite well. Rio Verde, okay, they're having a little bit of issues. Non-residents will no longer use the city's water transportation system in 2023. So they have a system of being able to transport water, and they are not going to be able to do that anymore. They are working very hard to get a contract with EPCOR. EPCOR is to ask states' approval to supply the cities, including villages of New River and Desert Hills. If all goes well, and I bet you it will, but EPCOR will be able to govern future water rates. EPCOR asked Arizona Corporation Commission to increase water rates in New River and Desert Hills. We'll keep you posted on any new information about Rio Verde as we hear them. Goodyear actually is doing quite well. Goodyear has a long-term water management strategy in place. They use both water stored below and water from the Colorado River. They have been storing excess cap water for possible drought conditions. Effluents sent to a soil aquifer treatment facility to filter down into the ground before being pumped up when necessary. Okay. According to the Arizona Department of Water Resources, any permitted development in Goodyear will have a 100-year water supply. If this is of concern to you, of course, I highly recommend you doing your own research. However, feel free to reach out to me and I can provide you with any information I have found. Buckeye. Let's do that one next. Okay, future of Buckeye's water is not in jeopardy. They rely on groundwater. The Arizona Department of Water Resources requires specific limits pumps from individual wells. Future of Buckeye's water is not seeming in jeopardy. They have enough water for 15 to 20 years for current and future residents. Okay. They signed a long-term contract to purchase 2,786 acre-foot of non-Indian agricultural water annually. What is an acre-foot, you might ask? An acre-foot of water equals about 326,000 gallons, or enough water to cover an acre of land 1 foot deep. Put it another way, an acre-foot of water is enough to flood a football field 1 foot deep, being a football field approximately an acre in size. An acre-foot of water is a common way to measure water volume in use. So this is 2,786 acre-foot. All right, Chandler. Chandler relies on water brought from far north, stored in reservoirs, and transported via a network of canals. They've implemented a proactive pipe replacement program. And they conduct yearly examinations of the water distribution systems in order to decrease waste. Let's talk a little bit about Mesa, covering a lot of ground. So as mentioned at the end of this, if you want more information about any one city or other cities, just let me know. Mesa's primary source of water is the Colorado River, Salt and Verde rivers, and underground water. Mesa City Council passed the Large Consumer Sustainable Water Allowance Act. The ordinance requires these large users to stick to their water budgets. Gilbert. Let's talk a little bit, very briefly, about Gilbert. Gilbert invested in a water portfolio that includes water from the Colorado River, Salt River, and Verde River, as well as reclaimed water and groundwater. Gilbert adopted a water allocation policy in 2019. They also invested heavily in infrastructure, underground water storage, and conservation efforts. Glendale has a 100-year groundwater allocation from the Arizona Department of Water Resources. Glendale received and maintained a 100-year designation of Assured Water Supply, DAWS, from Arizona. They have a 100-year water supply for all current projects developments within its water service areas. Once again, don't rely on this information. If you want, go ahead and check the city. All of these cities have a government site about their water. I highly recommend that you go directly to the source. Hopefully, though, this does provide with you a little bit of information that is helpful. Surprise! Invest in a variety of water portfolios, infrastructure and technology upgrades, as well as building conservation measures. The drought and shortage preparedness plan and being improved. Groundwater, reclaimed water, and Colorado River water are the sources of water. Okay. Drinking water from underground water. Majority of reclaimed water is used from agriculture and land irrigation, with some Colorado surface water also being used. They have a 100-year supply plan in place to assure reliable water supplies and responsible expansion. Okay, and then we have Scottsdale. Scottsdale initiated to build long-term sustainable water supplies, the water supply portfolio for potential supply reductions. Water system recycles water and runs it only during business hours to prevent evaporation and decrease water loss. There are some of the water conservation programs that the city offers. Here they are: Water Smart, water rebates, water efficiency workshops, and free outdoor water efficiency checks. Now, once again, if water issue is a big deal for you, do your due diligence. Don't rely on this video because circumstances do change. Go directly to city resources to look into it. I can once again provide you with some of that information as well as free reports on any city of interest. I'm going to give you, well, why don't I do it right now? My direct phone number is 480-662-2469. Okay? And as the climate crisis persistently continues, so do the water problems in the driest states of the country. Fortunately, these cities in Arizona have well-developed plans, some more than others, but for the most part, very good, for the next many years. As a citizen of Arizona, we may also contribute with the smallest actions, only running water when we need it, being careful not to overwater the lawns, etc. So once again, as I mentioned before, and thank you so much for your time, I have this report that I can send anybody. I also have a lot of different topics of the week. I'm going to go ahead and explain some of the other type of information that I can send you. You know, whether you're interested in learning more about construction, environmental hazards, or crime stats in the area, the quality of school districts, and also packing tips, perhaps, best ways to negotiate. If your home expired, you know, we can break down the reasons why that may have happened. Or I have some, actually even some reports to help out FSBOs, for sale by owners. There's some about mortgage rates, interesting stuff, how divorce impacts real estate, and pets. That's one of my favorite right there. And also, as mentioned, we work in many different areas. It's not just in Phoenix, Scottsdale. We go Tucson, Flagstaff, all of these various cities.